I can really have time looking at the charts. I can look at the news. Ano ba yung nangyayari dito? Bakit ganito yung presyo? Bakit may surge? Or ano yung latest dividends, for example. So I was very into it. So that felt exciting to me na I had control about what to buy and what to sell and when to buy and when to sell.
Speaking of the investments, no, meron ka bang mga paboritong investments na parang ito yung enjoy kang mag-invest? Kasi iba-iba naman yan eh. Diba? May sinabi kang risk-reward trade-off na yung iba mas aggressive, yung iba mas conservative. Ano yung paborito mo? At least in terms of what fits your profile.
Yeah, actually, if I can tell a story, during the pandemic, yun nga, we had more time, we were at home, so we can really talk about things. Ako, very exciting nun was the local stock market and even the global stock market in the US. Kasi I can really have time looking at the charts. I can look at the news. Ano ba yung nangyayari dito? Bakit ganito yung presyo? Bakit may surge? Or ano yung latest dividends, for example. So I was very into it. So that felt exciting to me na I had control about what to buy and what to sell and when to buy and when to sell. Pero medyo nung nag-hybrid na, naging busy na rin sa work because we were scaling up, tapos ang dami na rin ginagawa. It meant na I had less time looking at the charts, reading the news, and talking to people about it. So I had to kind of scale back my activity on the direct trading and put more money now on mutual funds or professionally managed funds. Kasi for me, when I was also looking at the returns and the performance of the funds, parang medyo hassle-free kasi although there's a small fee, you get what you pay for kasi depending on your investment objective, parang nakuha ko rin naman yung returns in the long term. So for example, last year 2023, one of the best performing funds and the best performing in our arsenal was a fund from Sun Life. So it's Sun Life World Equity Index feeder fund. So it actually gained 20% in the whole of 2023. So that's net of the fees already and net of taxes kasi mutual funds. Nung tiningnan ko yung stock market portfolio ko, parang hindi ako nag-reach ng 20%. So parang napapaisip ako na okay, naglagay lang ako sa mutual funds ko, nag-add lang ako ng add, tapos 20% kaltas na yung fees and yung taxes and whatnot. Pero even if I have direct control of my stock market, parang it's less pa than that. So medyo sakit siya ng ulo. So now I'm kind of rebalancing my portfolio, but I still want to have my direct stocks portfolio so that yun nga, for certain stocks na I really believe in, the companies and the management that I really believe in, I get to directly invest in those companies. Kasi sa mutual funds, syempre, may very widespread yung kanyang portfolio. Parang at least like 30 companies, for example, for one mutual fund.
Yeah, kasi ang ganda ng pinoint out mo, parang practicality eh. Kasi syempre, especially as we learn how to trade stocks directly, kasi madali na lang yan eh sa online, right? Pero minsan makikita mo, teka, parang mas maganda yung performance yung sa mutual funds and wala akong ginawa, di ba? So, it really depends eh, no? Especially on your priority at that season. So, yeah. So, at least yung sa investments, it's something na, like what we talked about nung first part, no? When we invest something that we are willing to lose. Kasi mahirap pag in-invest mo yung cash flow mo, yung pangbayad mo ng Meralco at bahay, di ba?
Yeah. And at that start, we were talking about crypto na you're willing to lose. But I think once I entered the workforce and parang created my portfolio, parang there would be certain objectives to that portfolio na. Parang yung speculative would be the ones I'm willing to lose. And then bulk of my portfolio would be syempre more strategic assets like stocks, mutual funds, and now very recently yan mga real estate na rin. And syempre may pa rin, may crypto pa rin, pero yun nga, willing to lose pa rin. Pero yung willing to lose na yun, lumaki na yun kasi tumaas na rin yung crypto market where I started 2015 pa lang, I was already in it. So Naalala ko, coins.ph pa lang yung nagbebenta ng crypto noon. So yung Bitcoin noon was, I think, less than 1,000 ba? I think, or around that amount. Pero yun, yung 2,000 pesos ko, parang umabot siya ng 60,000 pesos. Pero I was willing to lose the 2,000. Diba?
Right. Kasi especially ngayon, nag-halving na eh. Ngayon, mga nasa 60,000-ish ngayon eh, yung per Bitcoin. Pero, yeah. I mean, ito pala. Kasi before we go into investing, it's important na hindi tayo masa-scam. Kasi madaming mga scammers eh. So how do you guard yourself from scams? Ano yung mga advice mo for people who are watching na hard-earned money nila? What questions do they need to ask para maiwasan yung scams?
Yeah, I think that's a good point because syempre in this day and age, maraming manloloko, maraming hindi masyadong credible, and it's very important, especially to us, na we put our hard-earned money nga in very credible organizations and very credible licensed firms and groups. So I think a few things that comes to mind when it comes to knowing if a certain firm or organization is credible. I think pinaka-importante is the licenses. I think with the recent news and mga recent mga recent news and recent scams, parang I think license would be number one. Make sure that it's compliant, it's regulated. So for example, in our case, because we're distributing financial assets, insurance, so kailangan regulated kayo by the bodies that regulate those types of securities. So for example, we're regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. For insurance naman, we're regulated by the Insurance Commission, the IC. That's we're also compliant with the Anti-Money Laundering Council, AMLC, tsaka National Privacy Commission, so NPC. So yun, I think number one would be licenses. Number two, very important also would be the track record. I think that would be, kasi even a new company naman can be credible pero I think the track record might be an X factor. Parang gaano katagal na ba to in the market? Is this a trusted brand from way back? Ano ba siya dati? And that will lead you probably to a better grasp of, syempre, hindi mawawala ng bigla yung company na yon. And then I think part of track record would be also, like, let's say the office, may physical office ba yan? May matatakbuhan ba ako kung may problema? So I think that plays into it. And then lastly, and probably most importantly, is who is behind that group or who is behind that company. Because syempre in every organization, there is a face to it, kumbaga. So in a way, what is the integrity, what are the values, and who is that person behind that organization? Can that person be trusted? So that as much as possible, with these factors in mind, you get to gauge already yun nga, the credibility and the reliability of this organization. But hindi ko naman sinasabi na kailangan yun puro check for you to invest your money, kasi there would be certain instances rin naman na in line with yun nga, speculative crypto. There would be opportunities rin na, let's say, outside the financial markets. Kunyari, may friend ka na gustong mag-solicit sa'yo, parang, invest in my business. Syempre, there would be instances rin naman na you need to make your own judgment and you need to make your own decision na to invest in that certain opportunity or that company. But yung recommendation ko is, yun nga, in that pie, it wouldn't be bulk of your savings and investments. Parang it's also in line with that speculative asset class. Now, okay, it's money that has good potential to times 5 or times 10, pero it's also money that I'm willing to lose. So parang yun, my advice would be just be more strategic also with the way you handle your money. And it goes a long way. Being strategic goes a long way.
Yeah, good tips when yung sinabi mo, no, when choosing an investment company, yung hindi lang yung licenses pero yung track record, also the person behind it. That's why successful ang Grabver, because there's a Rex Mendoza and Enro Mendoza behind it. Napaka-importante yun, di ba? Pero as we talk about that, kasi meron talagang mga investment na alam mong upfront parang linoloko ka na eh. Pero sad to say, we still have kababayans, brothers and sisters, na nabubudol sa mga guaranteed high interest at binibigay monthly.